First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello, everyone. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now. Thank you very much for joining us. You are, of course, watching on our apps or our website, and we appreciate everybody who does join us on those. We are live streaming here every weekday starting at 1 p.m., covering a range of topics, but something we're going to be discussing here today is, well, the Hood River Educational Foundation and Dionne Warwick. How do those two things come together? How does that match up? What is the significance there? We're going to be discussing that right now. Joining us, we have Mike Schend to talk all about this. And Mike, really appreciate you joining us here to be a part of the show and discuss all this. And so I think to start off, let's just do some education first and talk about the Educational Foundation. Can you tell us what that is?
Sure. The Hood River County Education Foundation actually supports students and teachers in the Hood River County School District. With most educational foundations, they are separate from the school district. They're a 501c3 nonprofit, but they support the education system in ways that we do. Most of it is scholarships. Last year, we gave almost $250,000 to students to attend either vocational schools, community colleges, or four-year universities. And then we do a lot of other programs, what's called impact teacher grants, where teachers can write grants to the foundation to help their classrooms or their school with a particular project that wouldn't be in the normal school district budget. And then another one that we really highlight on is what's called an opportunity fund, where kids that can't afford to participate in sports, music, and drama, because it's usually you have to pay to do that stuff. We pay that for them. So those are the three things that I can really focus on right now, where that concert that we're going to talk about here in a second, where the money will flow into.
So that's really covering a broad range of different things to help people out. I guess talking about it as far as these different individual segments, how do you gain the funding for these?
Well, with any foundation, you hope that there's donors out there that are willing to give, and they do. But you have to have fundraisers to augment that, because you can't do everything you want on donations. So that's why these events, like the Dionne Warwick concert that we're going to talk about, is so important.
Yeah, to bring in that extra funding that you would have. I mean, and we're definitely going to be talking about Dionne Warwick here in just a second. But before we even get to that, just talking about the different ways that you're impacting the community. Can you talk about that? How it feels to be able to go out there and help these different students and teachers achieve some of these goals they wouldn't ordinarily be able to without this funding.
Well, most often you find that students without support will not be able to do a lot of these things. They won't be able to go to college. When we look at some of the applications that come in for students for college scholarships, we look at they have to submit their income, for their family. And you wonder how in the heck they're ever going to do this without help. So we try to also expand, not just the first year they're going into college, but continuous years. We will try to get them all the way through their senior year by giving them funds to help that along. Because really, if you look at college costs nowadays, you wonder how anybody can do it.
Yeah, it's difficult with that. I mean, and how unique is this educational foundation to Hood River compared to, say, some other communities? Do they have other things like this, or is this really something pretty special in that area?
No, it's not unique at all. Most school districts have a foundation that they've established, and it's run by a volunteer board, just like ours is. Portland has one. All the school districts that I know of have these. This is one that just focuses on Hood River County.
And looking at some of these success stories, that you've had, so you're saying that, talking about the college education side of it, you mentioned that this, for some of these kids, they wouldn't be going to college without this foundation. Is that right?
It's true. There are some that definitely it makes such an impact for them. We know that it's what's driving them that next step. It gives them the incentive to pursue what their dreams are. So that's what we try to do.
And that's got to feel pretty good, helping these kids fulfill their dreams.
There is nothing better than to tell a kid that we're giving them thousands of dollars to go to school. You should see what the parents light up as much as the kids do because they know it's a burden off of their back. But yeah, it's pretty exciting to give money away. There's no other way to say it.
Well, and as part of this, raising the money for this fund to do those kinds of things, you're bringing Dionne Warwick to Hood River. Talk to us about how that happened.
The old saying goes, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And that's what happened here. I've been working with the entertainment industry for many, many years doing different things. And I've connected with a number of booking agents. And the sterling talent here in Portland is they had a connection with Dionne Warwick's music director. That's how we got linked. If it was just up to me, she wouldn't have given me the time of day. No one would have talked to me. So that connection is what made that happen.
It's all about who you know.
It's exactly.
That's right. Networking's so important for just those kinds of reasons. So what can people expect with this particular concert and this event?
Well, Dionne Warwick's on her farewell world tour. It's her last, go around, and she's getting up in years. Yeah, there she is. Yeah, that's what she looks like now, and she sounds great. You don't go on tour if you're still not able to sing, and she's traveling all over the world. She was in England recently, and she was in Brazil. Now she's back in the United States. We just happened to get lucky enough for her to say yes. And a lot of it had to do with what we just talked about, and that's education, because that's one of her things that she supports is education. So it sunk in with her of what we were trying to do.
I mean, that's so great that, a place in Oregon like this could have that kind of connection, and that education is that important that she's going to come there to help support it. So where is this concert taking place?
It's going to be held at, don't laugh about this, but it's at the Hood River Middle School auditorium. Now, let me explain before I go in, you're laughing already. It's on the historical registry. It seats 1,100 people, so it's fairly good size. It has a wraparound balcony, and I always described it as a miniature Grand Ole Opry. And now Pink Martini performed there last spring for us, and China Forbes, who's the lead singer, said the same thing. She said, without me even prompting her, she said, this is just like being in the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville. It's got chandeliers. It's just gorgeous, in the auditorium. It's 100 years old, and the acoustics are fantastic in there.
That's incredible, and the fact that it's at a middle school, but it has this amazing venue on top of it. I think that's awesome. So there's going to be an opportunity, obviously, for people to buy tickets to go into this, and so I want to make sure everybody knows how to do that, when the concert is, all the details for this particular event.
Okay, let's start out with the concert. It's on Saturday, April 13th, and in order to get tickets, they're only online through tickettomato.com. And what you do is, once you get on there, you just click on the main floor or the balcony, whichever place you want to sit, and you choose your seats, just like you would if you were at the Keller Auditorium or any place else. They're all reserved seats.
And you can get them there, and so the concert's there in April, but the tickets go on sale. This is the big thing, too, because if you want them, because, 1,100 seats, I feel like that's going to sell out. So if people want to get tickets, they have to get them on this, really join in on the particular day when they go on sale. When's that?
That's this Friday at midnight. Friday at 12:01 a.m. this Friday. That's when they go on sale.
12:01 a.m. Friday, that's when you can go there and pick up your tickets to see Dionne Warwick.
At tickettomato.com. Yep.
And anything else that you think people should know just about this event or the Hood River Educational Foundation in general?
Well, let's talk, just a little bit about the concert. Here's a 6-time Grammy winner, 15 times nominated, just was a Kennedy honoree, in Washington, D.C. Just last week, she was on CBS. This is a chance of a lifetime to see an icon like this, because it'll be the last time. She won't be doing this again. So if you want to see Dionne Warwick, I wouldn't waste any time getting my tickets, because 1,100 seats they're going to go quick, and we know that.
Oh yeah, people from all over will be coming for that because, like you mentioned, it's a farewell tour. I know in my life there's several concerts that were farewell tours that I regret not going to, and I just for some reason made that decision. Johnny Cash didn't know it was a farewell tour, but these are the kinds of things that you don't want to miss out on. So, and it goes to a good benefit to a good cause. So so that's fantastic. And Mike, I want to say thank you very much for joining me here to talk about this too. And just to remind everybody again, so where is the best place for them to go to? You mentioned to get the tickets, tickettomato.com, but to support the Hood River Educational Foundation, should they want to do that as well?
Yeah, that's a good question, and thanks for even asking that. We're always looking for people to help support, what we do and our mission and so forth to help kids and teachers. And the website is HRCEF, Hood River County Education Foundation.org. Or you can just type in Hood River County Education Foundation. It'll take you there without trying to remember anything else. But I hope people get a chance to look at our website and check us out, what we do, and come to the concert. That's a great way to support this foundation, is to come to the concert. You benefit yourself and the foundation at the same time. It's a win-win.
That wins all around. Well, Mike, thank you very much for joining me here on Fox 12 Now. Really, really appreciate you having some time to talk to us about it. And congrats on the booking and good luck on the ticket sales, which I'm sure that'll take care of itself, but everything else that you do. Thanks for being here with me today.
Greg, we really appreciate you too. Thank you very much.
You bet. All right, have a good one, Mike.
You too. Take care.
All right, so there we go. We're going to continue on here with the show, but I want to say, thank you to Mike for joining us, and always, good to find out about information like this that's going on. Dionne Warwick's coming to Hood River. I mean, come on, farewell tour. So I'm sure everybody's going to want to check that out. All right, we have more coming up. We're going to be doing some other news topics that maybe you don't get to see other places that we don't cover on here. We're going to be talking about those. We're also going to be doing a little bit of a deeper dive on what's happening in Japan with the earthquake and the fallout. Maybe with everything else going on, you haven't been completely caught up on that. We're going to do a segment on that. So all that's coming up here on the app and the website. So if you're watching, thanks for being here. We've got more. We're going to take a quick break, reset here, and then I'll be back